Hello, 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 everybody. Yes, we are here on time on Sunday. I'm just trying to fix still some camera issues. Always camera issues. So. I don't know. Why is this camera not wanting to start? Anyway, today it is the session number, it says 29, but I guess it is 30. I have one camera that is not working, so we will delete this. I will try to delete this one too and put it back again. Alright, let's try to put another one like this. See if we get something out of it. Alright, but it looks like something is not working. So, wait. So, we're gonna do it like this. I don't know if it's working. I look like I'm unblocked. What is going on today? So, Okay, it's a little bit of a disaster today, but like always, improving. I just came back from a family thing that I had to do, and I'm here with you, so this is the most important. I thought today we were making how do you call it? A Q&A. So I don't know really how we're gonna do this, but let's at least try Q&A. So I just played a really beautiful, actually, long record. So let's go with this Q&A thing. So I guess you asked the question and I'm supposed to answer. Let's put some rules to those things. Let's try to stay in a polite and gentle environment. Let's try to make something that is like, let's say, constructive, and yeah. So let's start. What's the story about Cadenza 119? So I don't know which one it is actually. There's so many cadenzas, so it would be good to precise. ¿Cuál es tu hobby aparte de la música? My favorite hobby apart of music is, and we're gonna have to go slowly because if everybody goes to ask questions, it's gonna be difficult. So my favorite hobby that I have next to music, of course, I like photography. I like underwater photography. Me gusta mucho la fotografía submarina. I have a second, I would say, account which is called Magic Lulum, which is an account of only photography that I do, and I show a little bit to some people from here and there. Can you please, Luciano, can you please say why you don't use addition of hi-hats anymore, please? Well, it is not true because I've been doing this, I think, as a very first DJ using this kind of technique, and I'm still using it. It's just that the technologies have evolved, and I am able to use it in a different way. I would put it like this. That's what I'm doing. Just play some music. El tema Soy como soy, no voy a cambiar. Se sigue manteniendo. Obvio que sí. So, después de toda esta pandemia, I'm gonna have to make it in English because not everybody is gonna be able to understand. So, after this whole pandemic, do you think the scene and the small club is going to take much importance, and contratendencia and big festival and big? I think after the pandemia, what is going to happen probably is that we are going to go back to artisanal things. It means like we're going to go back to local, we're going to go back to small parties, small bars, pub. We're gonna get back to actually work and play parties in your own country, because that's the way it's gonna work, because the aviation and flying is gonna be, of course, affected. So it's gonna bring everything back to the roots, which I think is a very positive thing. After Amnesia, have you any plan for Vagabundos? I think Vagabundos, it's exactly the way that it holds its name. Vagabundos means we don't really belong to somewhere or anything, and we've been always on the run, and we've been always moving around, and we thought we wanted to move a little bit out of Ibiza, because Ibiza also was going through a change, and there was new people, younger people in charge of, I would say, of new parties, and we didn't feel that we needed to continue what we did over there. We thought Vagabundos belong to the world, and we wanted to take Vagabundos to the entire world. Yes. Hola Martín. Martín. So, if you have any question, just go, okay. Cuéntanos un poco por el nombre de Pepe Bombilla. Pepe Bombilla. So, Pepe Bombilla is coming from a friend of my little family from Chile that actually was invented by Mr. Washington Miranda, who is a dear friend of mine, and I don't know, he used to call us always Pepe Bombilla, and I really kept this name because I think there's a personal history behind, and we kept it like this. Love it. Tortilla de patatas con cebolla. Con cebolla, of course. You know that Ambasada, I know that Ambasada Govioli is closed. It's a beautiful and wonderful club, and we had an incredible thing. ¿Cuál es tu fuente de inspiración? What is my let's say source of inspiration? My source of inspiration is there's not really a source of inspiration. I consider music being part of my life and my everyday life. So I just I wake up, and depending the way that I feel, I don't force myself for music. I just wait until music comes, and music pushes me to actually to start to make music. So it can be everything depending on my mood. I do my sports. I feel like making soft music or loud music, and this is more my source of music. I would say when I start to make music, the first thing that I define is the tempo. Do I feel like doing a soft and slow track, or do I feel like doing a up-hand track? So that's more or less the way that I see things, actually. That's the way that I consider myself, actually, when I enter the studio making music. Bien papa, bien joué, sur le vélo, c'est parfait. Have you ever thought about pursuing a career as a voice actor? You know what? My dream has been always to use my voice for things, but the reality is that when I work and I hear my voice, I'm always very complex about it. So, no, I've never thought about it. Cadenza will come back again with full power of the All Good Time. Cadenza never left, so I don't feel that we have to come back again with something, because we've been always doing our things. And it's just that maybe the music that mostly trendy younger generation maybe listen right now today is a different thing. But we never left, and we always have been very, very honest and very true to what we have always done. Do you have any good stories from your back on those with New York with Dandy, Bucci, and Ricardo? Yes, of course, I have a lot of stories, and beautiful stories, actually. So as many of them I remember, but there's a lot of personal things that I can't tell because it's too crazy or it's too intimate, I would say, and I won't go through this. But there's a beautiful memory. I have a beautiful memory with Martin Dandijak in New York, when I won a ticket to New York when I was in Chile. So, and I ended up being in New York for a month with Martin and Dandy Jack, and we had the best time of our life. So go slow with the question, because did you think about giving lessons? Yeah, I always thought about giving lessons. I love doing that. And I always think about that. Which B2B do you want to do? I'm not such a friend of back-to-back, because for me, back-to-back, it is something that I can really rarely establish with people. It is something that I always need to do with people that I know for a long time, that I feel safe and that I can trust enough in order to do that. So I refuse actually a lot back-to-back actually to be done. Idris, what's the third world-class sound system you confide to play with? The third world-class... I don't know, because I'm going to sound maybe really pushy if I start to speak about sound system, because I'm very, very demanding with my technique requirement. But in general, I just assume that I want I would say a distorted sound system, which has a little bit more power and more engagement with all the low frequency, I would say. Em, ¿Qué pescado en la temporada en Ibiza? Que los primeros son para la vida ricachona. Qué pesado con la temporada en Ibiza, que los primeros son la vida ricachona. Bueno. How is the Pioneer Missile? It's a really beautiful, incredible piece of toy. There's a really incredible features. You know, I'm always get the chance to be sent a lot of equipment in order to try, because a part of a DJ, I'm a sound engineer and I'm someone that really appreciate a lot of techniques. So I can get to try new gears and things like this, and I'm really appreciated. And I don't love one piece of gear. I love all the effort that the whole industry puts into equipment in order to give a perspective, give a different sound, give a different approach to technique and music. So that's what I do actually. Any technique reply, I'm more than happy to say. ¿Tienes alguna manía de levantarte con el pie izquierdo, cosas así? No, I don't have any. I'm kind of a maniac, of course, in certain things, but I'm someone that generally, when I have a very pretty boring and normal routine. I wake up very early. I do sports. I always do the same things. I always go to the same roads, and I like having a routine. Actually, I guess I'm aging, so I guess this is what you do when you're kind of aging, I guess. Weird thing in my rooster, my ginger shots. Actually, sometimes it's harder to find a ginger shot in my when I go to play in a party. I'm always asking for my pure ginger shots. It's harder to find my ginger shots than to find a bottle of champagne. So that's my weirdest thing to see. I would say now that I'm healthy, because when I was unhealthy, there was a lot of very crazy things on it. Where does the influence of the Great Amel come from as a beautiful piece of music? The Great Amel was composed in Barcelona on a beautiful bedroom that I had, and I recorded it looking over the view of Barcelona, and this song represents my son Amel. Quand une tournée en Afrique, I would love to go absolutely really soon to Africa, because it's a continent that I really truly love, and I've been friends with people from many times, so yeah. Combien de pays as-tu visité? I visited so many countries that sometimes I hardly remember where I've been, and sometimes I've been into countries so short that I barely remember that I was into them. And it's not because I'm not interested about the countries, it's more about that I have a family, and it's really hard to be who I am and trying to be a father, a musician, a DJ and everything. So yeah. ¿Qué estilo de música sueles tocar con la guitarra? I just play music, whatever music that I like, and I try to play music with, or I more try to reproduce music that I love. ¿Cuándo vas a regalar una sesión con Tractor como en tus sets? Yo también con cebolla. I'm not gonna give this here, because this is my house. I'm opening my house to you guys. My house is full of very old things, equipment and things, so I play just with vinyl here. How much does it cost, that Vagabundo tumbler in the back? That was a present, actually. Where and when was your first international gig in Europe after your return in Switzerland? My first ever international gig was in Barcelona, actually. It was in Barcelona in a terrace on a bar, like really, really long time ago. I have a beautiful memory. What are your plans for your music style for the future? Are you planning a huge change with technology, like change 10 years ago, already explained? No, I don't plan anything. I just like it's like exactly when we were at the very beginning, and I was beta tester with Ricardo. We were a couple of friends beta testing Ableton. And when technology comes, it allows you to create, to open your mind, to have an expression that comes faster from your brain, your heart, to the music. So you don't think about changing something. The change comes through the technology. So that's the only way. And I don't plan. For me, it's more about technology should be something that makes everything easier. So for example, now there's a lot of new sensors that actually you are able to create music with movement. So finally, movement, dancing can become a form of expression into music. And that's the most interesting thing, is like, how can we transpose dance music into being like a drummer or something like this from a drum machine. That's the most interesting. What's your biggest dream goal? My biggest dream is to be happy and to be a good person and to be a good dad and to have a good life and to be a normal person. I don't expect anything else more than that. Model 1 or DJM, there's I would say it's like asking me to play with a guitar of do you want to play with a Gibson or with a Strato Fender? Like I absolute from Fender, like a Strato is like absolutely. It has nothing to do with wanting one or the other. It's about what is this giving me as a sound, as a technology, as a trick, as a toy, as the button, in order to create something. The Model 1 has a completely different approach, which is rounder, it's more related to what I have in my studio, so it has nothing to do with preferences. I love both of them because I think both people behind are giving an absolutely stunning and incredible work behind those technologies. Te pregunta en español, te contesta en inglés. Muy bien, Luciano. Bueno, I try to make my best. What's your plan with Cadenza Music? We haven't heard any release. Sean, we have a lot of releases. Maybe you haven't been through the list or something like this, but it's been going on like always. We always release one record a month, and that's where we are actually. The best album you have ever in your vinyl collection? One of the best albums that I had, I would say it is... I can even show it to you. It's not an album, but it's like an absolutely massive record, which is like, I keep it my safe part, which is this one. It's the absolutely madness of all time. It's called Being God from Salvador Dali. It's an incredible piece of record, actually. I don't know if you could see that, but this is absolutely incredible record. Been 29 years of music, was super excited about you visiting Egypt. I will come back to Egypt. Are you releasing any more sequential volume? Yeah, there is a more sequential volume coming out actually. Always this soft music. Do you think that clubbers people miss DJ playing vinyl in clubs? All the digital scent taking over. It's more about, for me it's always this discussion about vinyl, digital, tractor is absolutely irrelevant. In my opinion of the vision I have of music, it's like if I go and see a guitar player, for example, if I go and see like someone that I truly appreciate as a musician, I don't give a shit about if the guy is playing with a Strato or with a Gibson or with a thing. What I want to see is the soul of that person transcribed into music, and I want to see his ability and his sensitivity in order to express music. I don't give a shit about what he's using actually on stage. I'm more impressed by his sensitivity and his culture and his thing, the way that he brings music. So that's my opinion about things. But I think it is truly important to have, in order to be a DJ, for me being a DJ, I have to say, it's a very easy thing. Being a musician, being a producer is something that is more interesting. You need to be a producer in order to understand music. So for me, being a DJ needs to have, it's not about like coming, putting things together and being, no, it needs culture. At least you have to learn the history of music. You have to learn how to play two records together. Me, I can come in any situation with headphones, no headphones, with vinyl, with CD, with thing, with sync, with digital, with whatever, I will still be able to play because I have enough history on my back in order to do those things. And a DJ or a person who pretends to be a DJ need to have that knowledge. If you don't have that knowledge, then do something else. It's like you can't be a cook by frying a fucking fish. You're not a cook because you know how to fry a fucking fish. You're a cook because you know how to make 100 of different plates. So, wait, I'm just losing it. I know that was a very nice question. ¿Cuál es tu efecto favorita? I love, for example, my one effect is everything that does eventide, for example. Wish you are healthy, brother. Thank you. Gracias, crack. Buena onda. Can you talk how you prepare your sets where you play out? So the way I prepare my music, has to do with, am I playing nighttime? Am I playing daytime? Am I playing for a small crowd? Am I playing for a big crowd? Am I coming into a club that people are like listening to techno music before? Who is playing before me? Who am I playing after? Who is playing after me? This is the way that I decide the music that I'm gonna play. I am not someone who comes when I play and I impose my music. I don't impose my music. I'm a fucking chameleon. I come in, you can't even notice, I do my shit and I leave the same way I came. So I adapt myself to every situation. And if I find myself into a house club playing with some house thing, I will play house. If I find myself into a techno club, I will play techno. If I play into super crazy after hour minimal, I will play minimal. If I find myself into a disco set, I will play disco. If I find myself into that, I will play Latin music. That's a DJ for me. And this is who I always trying to be. David Limo kicked off a Fender. Can you talk about how you prepare it? Yeah. Luciano, yes, of course. Ricardo, all my life. He's my older brother. Siempre mi hermano grande. El mejor sampler de toda la vida. El Akai, MPC, always. Source to cycle. Beginning again. I didn't know that actually we stopped. Vinyl or digital? Both. ¿Cuándo vienen los alienígenas?
Están aquí.
Okay, so do you want to play for my wedding? Well, of course I play for, you know what, I think the day that I start to play for wedding, I'm into a different kind of career. But I love to play for my friends. I already did that for my friends and people I know. So, things change in the music industry due to the pandemic. Do you feel that thing will get back to normal? Or even the pandemic eradicate? Do you see a new model for showcasing? I think the pandemic will change our industry, and not our industry, it will change our way of living. It will bring us back to the essential. I think this is the most important thing, is to embrace this change, not to try to fight it, not to try to come back. I don't want to come back to this very old like really this part where we were listening to this dark shit music that we were right now in. I want to come back to this bright, to the roots where I got engaged with music, with this incredible Detroit, incredible rich, magical melodies and thing that it was going right now. I don't want to come back to where we were, and I want to embrace this change that happened through this pandemic thing, because it's a lesson of humbleness, it's a lesson for the future, it's a chance to change, it's a chance that has been giving us to change, and we need to embrace that. We need to take this as a lesson, as humanity, and it has nothing to do with music. Music is our church. Music and parties are our church. Music is the thing that will hit us, that will free us from all this thing. We need to let ourselves get into this change and embrace it and take it the way you want. Music will always be there. Music is free. Music is something that lives on its own. And I am no one. I'm just a disciple of music. And every one of us, we're disciple of music. So we can't predict or we can't control this shit. We have to let it free. So, la música... Sí, gracias, mamita. All right, so wait, there's too many questions. So I'm like, I don't know where I was before. Have you heard? Oh, wait, I'm going too far. So the guy, you're going too much. So you have to go slowly. Have you heard about the thing, artificial intelligence of DJing? Model 1, make melodies, tracks, and mixes? Yeah, there's a lot of different ways of creating music, and we've done that in the past. We used machine and we use mathematics in order to create music. But there is nothing else like our sensitivity and our heart in order to create music. Lucy, how did you ayahuasca work into yourself? Saludos de Polonia. Ayahuasca, it is spiritual travel, and it is something that actually was created through my curiosity, my eternal and insatiable curiosity of life. And that's what I did. It was no other reason. Oh, the squirrel is here. The squirrel is back. He's here always. I kind of love it, my thing. Anyway, dommage que j'ai eu de cours d'anglais, de pas avoir les moyens. Je suis désolé. En este verano estarás nuevamente por Chile. Chile is my second house, so I'll be always there. We will try to reschedule the Magic Garden, of course. Veo que Barcelona es una ciudad muy importante para ti. It's always been a very important city to me. Would you like to live? I've been actually 20 years ago. I was touring live. I was known as Luciano, and I was touring live for many years. And a lot of people know me for that live. So I was touring before DJing. I was doing that. So and I've always thought about coming back, but you know, it's a thing. À prendre place, est-ce que tu penses que cette vision esthétique peut être dangereuse? I don't think I think artificial intelligence will be always welcome, but nothing will replace a heart, and nothing will replace a mind of a brilliant man. Ese es el impulso genético. Stupid question. Cerato tractor. Both of them. I like both, really. There's nothing. Don't ask me if I prefer one or the other, because I'm always finding everything fascinating and incredibly interesting. Which artist is impressing you right now? An artist that I appreciating right now, Leon Bridges, for example. Ton plat préféré? Mon plat préféré, the entire world. So, la distancia con la familia cuando está mucho tiempo. This is something interesting. The distance with my family when I travel. There is no cure to that. Actually, it's been always a very difficult thing. And this is something that always almost killed me and teared me apart. Being away from my ex-wife, being away from my kids, being away from the people I love has been something that has been destroying me as a person. And it led me to numb myself. And taking the amount of drugs that I used to take, that led me to this, because I was numbing myself, because I suffered always from distance. So it's a very... Music is my passion and is my heart too. But my family is also my heart and my passion too. So I was always, as more as my music started to take time and bringing me through the world, I was destroying myself also because of that. So it's something that it is still today very hard to understand and very hard to manage, by the way. ¿Cómo vives el tiempo? Okay, tell us about your roots, how you knew Ricardo and Virtue Floral. So Ricardo is someone that I know from a very young time. He's like my bigger brother. He's been always very careful, very gentle. He's one of the most incredible, talented person I know. He's a genuine and truly gentle person. And I hate when people talk bad about my friends, by the way. So I truly admire, I love him. It is someone unique and special. Luciano, what do you think you can play in living room session like that after the quarantines? I would love to do the quarantine session somewhere here and there, but when you travel as much as I do, when you tour the entire world as much as I do, it is very difficult to go with this, as you can see on my back, with me, and I don't like it, because I'm kind of like, when you go with your records, you're kind of forced to play all the time the same things. So I enjoy also being a little bit, have the freedom in my computer to, even if still sometimes I play this the whole time the same tracks, because some tracks give me really a signature, I would say, to the when I do a set. But I like the freedom and I like the possibilities that I have through my computers. Your favorite location. My favorite location is the world. ¿No sientes los riesgos que puede haber cambiado cuando no estás en tu casa, tus queridos niños? I fear those changes. It's terrible. What is the biggest challenge you faced as being a DJ? The biggest challenge, I don't know, is maybe probably the fact that I can't be fully the person that I want to be. I can't be full-time father, or I can't be full-time DJ. So I was always spread it before those both things. Luciano, hazte un set como el de Costa Rica. Yeah. Tiene un disco violeta de Pachanga Boss. Yeah. Luciano, what do you think about your computer? Okay, I got that. Luciano Quentin, more mistakes. Tell us about this track. This track was actually a track that I started at the very beginning to do, and it was supposed to be released. I had a bassline that was supposed to be. I was working to something, and then Philippe Quentin was, who is a dear friend of mine, who was coming a lot. We were making a lot of music in the studio, so he came down to the studio, and we were hanging out together, of course, trying to do something. Then I was working with the emulator, and an emulator is a very old machine that is absolutely beautiful, and I was looking for a riff, and a mistake happened in this orange machine, and that was an orange mistake. It started like this when I was writing the riff, actually. Ton endroit préféré Ibiza? And my favorite places is the world. Wait. Would you like to play magical places like in Chile? Of course, I always thought about doing that. We had some plans doing this, like many other people are doing, playing in really incredible different places in the world, and we love that really. But you can't do everything. You have to accept that. So I'm trying to do the best I can. ¿Cómo te sientes después de tanto año de trabajo y sacrificio y tener lo que hoy tienes? I don't come from this, what I have all around. I come from a very humble and a beautiful background, also a field of love. My mom, my sister, I never missed anything. I was really surrounded by the amount of love that was needed as a person. But we come from a humble background, and I never expected to have the ability to give such a beautiful house to my kids, neither to travel the whole world, neither to do all the things. So I am extremely thankful. I'm someone that wakes up every day and give a prayer, and extremely thankful for what I had. I am a blessed person, and I truly believe in that. The bootleg is disponible. Thierry, bonjour Thierry. What's the future of indoor club with regards to the new music trend? While traditional clubs still exist, I think we are come back to the artisanal. We are come back to the basics. We come back to the roots. We are coming back to where this music comes from. This music was never born, neither rock and roll. By the way, if you want to just listen carefully, rock and roll came from rhythm and blues. And rhythm and blues come from a very difficult and terrible hard time that, for example, Robert Johnson, one of the incredible mentor and myth from this era, was house music was born around there. It was someone, they were knocking on the door, and for a couple of pennies they were playing music in houses to houses to houses. That's where house music was born, and this whole transformed into rock and roll. So I think music itself, a genre of music, is always born into a very small, tiny, precious little place. And the birth of music is always there. And this whole thing that is going on right now will push us back to the roots, back to where the most important is, back to where music was born. And it will create a favorite thing for every person that have a little place, and it will come back to the very beginning. It's a very interesting and beautiful thing, I say. We have to embrace it. Any favorite sample packs for live percussion? Oh, I love any sample packs. Is always incredible. It's always a beautiful thing to use it. Do you have a great... Thank you, Luciano Devotion. Yeah, very kind, fresh, and openly honest. Thank you, guys. Who were some DJ you looked up to? So my heroes were Paul Johnson, Derek May, Derek Carter, Juan Atkins, Kevin Sanderson, Mauricio, all the Basic Channel crew. Those are the people that truly inspired me. And then I had some people like Martin Danjak. They gave me the education in music, and that's where the music started, I would say. And it's Oasis one of you. No, it's impossible to have one favorite all time. All tracks are incredible. Who do you enjoy playing back to back with? I enjoy really a lot with Jamie Jones. We didn't know each other for such a long time, and we didn't really always end an approach of a long relationship. But I have to say, I've discovered an incredible, gentle, genuine person behind the decks, and it's been a true pleasure in the last years. And of course, Ricardo, it's an all-time favorite because it's always a funny thing. We have a really incredible relationship behind the turntables. Name a memorable party that you played in New York. Well, I had a party back in the 97, I think, that I remember I came and I played for the first time for a radio show for John Selway and Serotonin Records. And that was absolutely something that I have a truly memory. And I was with Dandy Jack, Martin, and we had an incredible time, and I have really, really something special. ¿Cómo me viste Burning Man? Burning Man is something super special. I wouldn't put too much, neither too less. It's just something that if you have the chance, just take the chance in order to live it. It's something special and everybody should go for it if you can. ¿Cuándo ha influido el cambio de estilo en tu vida, DJ Set? Porque para mí el 2018 he notado un grandísimo aumento en la calidad. I think you have to, guys, stop analyzing about everything. Music, it's like, if you see a musician, and I don't compare myself to the music or any musician that I will name, but those are the musicians that I look at. So I'm just comparing to the stories that I know. For example, Miles Davis. And I'm not comparing myself to Miles Davis. Please don't make the whole thing. If you see at Miles Davis, everybody has crises through life. When you are a musician and you go through life as a musician, it is normal and almost like important that you go through crisis, moment that you feel you don't want to touch the music again because it's a love and hate relationship with that passion that you have. So sometimes you feel like more you're rejecting it, or it's maybe the music that is rejecting you because of your becoming someone that is putting your ego first, and your ego doesn't allow you to access those areas where angels belongs and where music becomes something unique and special. So it is something absolutely incredible, and you have to accept that when you go through a career as a musician, you will cross the light and you will cross the darkness. And I've been up and I've been down, and it influenced my music, it influenced my person. Whatever this does to you is the person that you become. I think is important. What do you take with you when you travel? My laptop, and I make music. Drink water, Guido. Yeah, thank you. No sabe parlare. No. Hey, my friend, it's a kind of selfish question. Did you hear the new track? I know, Matej. No, unfortunately, I'm not. I haven't been really checking the music of people. I've been really concentrating to my kids and things. Can you tell about this magical track? Thomas, Melchior, and Luciano, the father. So we've been, of course, Thomas and I, we have a long-time friendship when I used to live in Berlin, and I used to live, I had to have my studio just under where is actually Hard Racks, was this incredible and dubplates and mastering, and I had the studio under, like we're talking about like 15 years ago. And Thomas was also living around the corner, and we are really dear friends together. So we always share music, passion, and things like this. And we created this beautiful track in a beautiful day, and it was a really outstanding day, I would say. Let's go. Liberty always looks in the Burning Man. Yeah. Saludos hermano del chat. Sí, saludos. No hablar con la gente, no vale la pena, ¿verdad? How many vinyl do you have at home? Oh, I think I have a lot, around 35k, I think. When is your documentary out? It's going to be soon out. We're still talking about the documentary, if it goes out on Netflix or different thing. And it's more about not a documentary about myself, but it's more about a follow-up about certain things. A little bit like the Ruta del Sol. El aire libre, los club, both of them. I love it. Stop talking and put music. Yeah, I'd love to do that, really, but. Can you tell us about opinion about music production? By the way, Facundo, today we said, and this has been a request for the people from the chat to do a Q&A. So I'm sorry if today we chose to be that. Maybe it's a chance to do something else. Can you tell us your opinion about the music? Can you write music house minimal on your computer or you need gear? No. The way that I write music, it's different. It depends. I use different tools. I write a lot of things. I love writing things on my computer. I just take with me the machine and I have a lot of sound libraries and a lot of plugins and I just write music wherever I am. And I always take a microphone. I love recording things live. So I record a lot of things and then I bounce audio files and then I go down into the fabric. And when I go down into the fabric, this is where I create dimension. I would say I create the story on the computer, but the dimension of music, I write it in my studio. Una entrevista de ti. ¿Te has quedado en ambos sitios? ¿Prefieres pinchar en el sonar oficial? No, I like both, really. It's like both. We love your passion and roots of South American music. Romanian DJ, we have also. I love really Romania is an absolutely incredible country where I've learned so many things about culture, about people, about music, and about a lot of things. I loved every minute since the moment that I came in. The Rift Valley, beautiful. Washington DC would love to come. I would love to come there. Can you tell us about friendship with Ricardo? Love to see you playing both together. We've been a friend for a long time, and we'll be always, doing our things that we've been doing nearly like 25-30 years together. We've always been doing it around. La Ruta del Sol, yes. ¿Cuál es tu canción favorita? I have a lot of beautiful songs that I love, but yeah, it's hard to put it into one. Marco, t'es vraiment trop con. Saludos, Luciano, bendiciones. Manuel Gucci 20. Yeah, I see someone has a good year here. This is actually a record. The Manuel Gucci E244 is a record that actually gave me absolutely everything that I wanted to create music, because it has instruments, it has everything that I truly appreciate about music, actually. So, how do you deal with politics conflicts when you travel, like Tel Aviv? Well, fortunately, I have a team that works for me. So I want to say thank you, Maika, thank you, Amelie, thank you, Idris, thank you, Miguel, thank you, Sergio, thank you, Amandine, thank you, Alejandra, thank you, Eric, thank you, everybody, Emmanuel, thank you, everybody. Also Adriano, all the people that has been really extremely helpful through these years. Those are the people that are actually making my whole thing possible. Without them, nothing of that would be possible. Can you please about Seven Direction? It's a track like many different things that was written with a special thing. Of the tracks that you produce, which is your favorite or make you most proud? I don't know if pride is the thing that I would put into the music that I wrote, but there's one track that really marked a moment of my life. Unfortunately, this is a very personal story, but I don't know if I should speak about that. It's something too deep. And anyway, we're gonna go to something that there's a new. I'm going to talk about another track because it's too deep and it's too intense probably to speak about that. But I have another track that I wrote for that is called Conversando con mi hija, that I wrote with my daughter Lilu, and she was so little that I recorded her and I started composing music on the intonation and the recorded voice that I did when she was probably 3 months old. So yeah. Where do you want to be right now? I want to be right now where I am. So everything is fine. Osobuco calidad, buena onda. God. Okay, so here we have a little bit of a nice thing. Has escuchado la chica de humo de la novela de Manuel? We are in quarantine, aren't we? Yes, we are. Who is causing the Mental Groove Records? Tu remix de Salif Keita es mítico. ¿Algún anécdota, algo especial que sucedió en esta producción? Actually, I'd love to. Okay, what I love to, and I had the chance actually, was I've met Salif Keita back in the years ago in something he was playing in Paleo Festival, something really special and unique actually. And I had the chance to make this incredible character, incredible person actually, and it was something truly unique that I did it. So I was really lucky enough to do this. That means you have an inspiration Thursday. Yes, I have inspiration. Always inspiration. The inspiration that we have is family, is kids, my situation. Even if it's not always easy, my life is not. Don't think that it is made out of bubble and things like this. I have very hard times and really also tough times with family because it's struggle. It's normal. I don't pretend anything. There's a lot of things that happens in life that you can't control, and you try to do your best, and sometimes you fail. And in this failure, you also still find inspiration. You find things. You said as music career have ups and downs. How can you expect God to write new music when you're down? Well, I think, heaven and hell are an inspiration to write incredible music. Escucha Pink Floyd por casualidad? Of course I listen to Pink Floyd. Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. Yeah, I think this is my kids that will choose this for me. Are you going to this session, going to this period of events? Yes, I will try to do my best to go until the end. Luciano, you did a digital tutorial in Soweto in South Africa. I hope you can do something like this in the future. I would love to be back really in Soweto and Langa. It was a true incredible experience, and I've been in South Africa much better in the past, and I felt I haven't been in South Africa until they brought me to Soweto and Langa, and I had an incredible, outstanding experience. I love this. Penses-tu que la musique est la dernière révolution musicale? No, I think the musical revolution will always have his freedom. Music is free and will always stay like this forever. Nobody controls music. The music is something that travels through times, and people I have the chance to get touched by those things and get inspired by those things. So music goes through people, but music lives alone, with electricity or without electricity. Nuestro héroe, thank you. From all the work we have listened from you in person, your travel sets are always fantastic. What is your favorite genre of music to play? Oh, I love every kind of genre of music. I really, truly enjoy from ambient music to classical music to jazz to salsa to song to electronic house, techno. I can go through techno from time to time, but I'm more generally someone who like a little bit softer music, yeah? Please drink water. Yeah, we'll drink water after that, really. Imperfection is beautiful, absolutely. Who is your favorite painter? Love from Dulo. Oh, I have, I'm not someone who is extremely, I would say, cult through painting. I wouldn't pretend this for myself, but I have the chance to meet a lot of people, and it's been truly beautiful, I would say. And I love art in general, I would say. Hi Lucian, can you please deep house living room session? Can you yeah, I can do that. Hope you have Bali again. I would love to come to Bali again. ¿Eres mejor persona ahora que antes? I don't know. I'm trying my best. I don't pretend to be better or worse. I'm just trying to be my best and trying to be in I would say synced. My head and my heart to be synced with what I do. It's not easy. I do a lot of mistakes and I do a lot of shit, and I make a lot of my heart is extremely confused, and my brain also is extremely confused, and I don't think anybody is absolutely sure about everything. So I just take the mistakes and I try to learn from it. That's it. Can you talk about the little Ibiza, especially Ushuaia beach parties there? Well, there was never an intention to do. We never thought about, doing everything that happened and the way it exploded. So we just did a party, which happened to be a free party in the beach. We created the last revolution, I would say, that happened really in this beach, which was really truly beautiful. We got Ian from Ushuaia, myself, and Samuel Guetta, and a couple of other friends. We got together, a lot of people together, gathered a beautiful sound and artist in the beach for free for the people, and we transformed Playa de Embosa in the biggest free party back in the years. And after that, the whole process changed. Ushuaia opened up, and it was a special, incredible, beautiful time that I remember. And I also remember that one of the first person I remember also doing those parties where actually we were not the first one. It was Tanya Vulcano that was throwing out parties. I can't remember with who, maybe with even Kako. They were in the beach doing those parties at Ushuaia, which was a beautiful spot. Vino cerveza, vino. ¿Cómo te gustaría que te reconozca la gente que te sigue? ¿Cómo te gusta que te recordar? Just as a person, that's it. That's the way that I want people to do things. Was 10 years I was there. Great. La meilleure boîte à Ibiza. I think there's no better what. Yes, my dad is like pedaling. Go, papa, vas-y, papa. What is the best thing to do? I have the track ready. ¿Volverías a vivir en Chile? Claro que sí. It's part of my plans, actually, to go back to my country, to go back to Chile. Would you like a B2B from home during quarantine? Would you like to do a B2B? Yeah, why not? Why not? Maybe I can do it. Actually, I've been trying to teach my son or my daughter to come here, but, they are busy doing their things, and I would love, actually, to have the chance to do a back-to-back with one of my kids. So, oh my god. Okay. ¿A qué personaje histórico te gustaría conocer? I don't think it's like I want to go back to any person that I think they should be like this or should be like that. I just want to try to do the thing that I can do. That's it. Te vas a mantener esta línea deep in tu próximo set. I'm going to try to, I'm not picking up things. Sometimes I arrive really literally 5 minutes before, and I just pick the records that I find here and there, and I just put them on, and I try to make a coherent mix and trying to do things. I worked along from you filming, and I got to say you were always a nice and humble person. That's something I value. Thank you. I truly appreciate. Do you have any plans to go to USA? Of course, I'm always going to USA. It's always my place. I think we are already arriving to the end. ¿Qué voz femenina te gustaría que acompañara un track tuyo? There's many incredible feminine voices, like for example, the voice of Feist, the singer, or I love Björk, or I love, of course, Mercedes Sosa. There's incredible, beautiful, incredible, talented voice, of course, that I truly love. What is your favorite meal? I like everything. I love Japanese food. Que fais-tu juste avant de monter sur scène? What I do before just getting on stage, I get extremely nervous. So sometimes I feel the urge to go to pee at the toilet and to have 2 minutes of concentration before I go on stage. Actually, I try always to arrive earlier, to just like 2 minutes before. Sacrificed by Sinead O'Connor. That's a beautiful track. When is the next session in the studio? Actually, I would have loved to do it today, but I got actually a little bit too late and I couldn't make it. So, I think I am speechless. I barely can talk because I've been talking for an hour, and I've been truly enjoying all your questions. I've been truly enjoying the interest that you're putting into this. It's a true honor to be part of this beautiful community of people sharing the thing. So I'd like to send you much love. I'd like to actually remind you that we are trying to make a session to make you stay home. And today I'm gonna give you a little extra present, and we're gonna continue with music. No, we're not shutting up the session today. We're gonna go with music today. So enjoy. Now I shut up because I've talked too much. I think it is time to go with the beats. Are you okay? And are you ready to go with music? Let's go 1 more hour. Yes, 2 hours of music.
I can't wait to be back with you. La 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 la.
I think it's enough for today. Let's go with some beats. I hope you enjoy. This is the Living Session number 30. And we're going down again.
you enjoyed the little interview or Q&A that you were all requesting. I know I didn't have the time to answer to everybody, but I tried to do my best. This is the living room session number 30 hours of music. Tomorrow we're gonna cross 1 month of music.
I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to stay home. vida Juan Pachanga. ¿Usted se acuerda cuando iba a la playa? Un pasito para adelante, un pasito para atrás. Espero que lo esté pasando bien.
Porque aquí las cosas están a punto de explotar. La cosa se está prendiendo, la máquina está poniendo humo. Así que un pequeño feedback para la orejita.
Vamos de nuevo, para adelante, para atrás. this extra little time of music. Enjoy, 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 enjoy. ¿Cómo están, amigos?
I hope you are enjoying. This is the Living Room special edition, just one day before the end of the month. This Sunday, we went through a very nice little Q&A, which is the first time I ever did in my life. I hope you enjoyed. Number 30. 30 hours of music.
So let's go back to our thing. Stay home and rave. say it's over and over and over again.
that puffin' stuff, puffin' stuff. Got to get away from that puffin' stuff, puffin' stuff. Got to get away from that puffin' stuff, puffin' stuff. Got to get away from that puffin' stuff, puffin' stuff. Got to get away from that puff, puff.
Why don't you reach for me? I love this feedback. It's bringing my eye to the end.
Espero que hayan disfrutado. I hope you enjoyed this today's special one with the QA that you've been requesting from a time ago. I enjoyed also. I'm really happy that I could answer a couple of your questions. There were some very interesting talks, and yeah, I truly hope that you got what you were looking for. This was Merck, and we're gonna go with the last song, special one for your Sunday, beautiful chill Sunday.
Yes, todo tiene un fin. Everything is an end.
So we arrived to the end of today. I hope you enjoyed. This was the living room session number 30. This was 1 month, especially today 2 hours, because we did a nice little interview. I hope you enjoy. I hope you stay home. We want to say special thank you to all the people that works in the hospital, nurses, people that takes out the trash every day, people that works every day taking risk in order to make you a better day. Muchas gracias a todos los que sacan la basura, a los que trabajan en hospitales, a las enfermeras, doctores, siempre a todos los que ponen sus vidas en peligro para meter nuestras vidas un poquito mejor. Un saludo especial, a special thank you to all these people. That was the living room session number 30. I hope you enjoy. I'm Luciano. I hope you enjoy the Q&A. And don't forget to stay home. Bye.